Well, here it is, Saturday, March 23rd. We got about, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches of snow, totally unexpected. Temperatures -6, I believe, with a wind chill of around -15 or so. Pretty chilly. So I'm gonna get busy and set up a shelter here and make some lunch. Well, it's pretty groovy. It is very windy up here on the mountain today. Very, very surprised. I did not expect snow, but here we go. I'm gonna try to make a little fire here, make some lunch, and talk about cutting tools. Yeah. Step 2 complete. Well, I really have to hand it to this plow point shelter. I got the back pointed into the wind, and this fire is under control, more or less. Actually feels warm in here. Great. Beautiful day up on Mount Royal, Montreal QC. All right, the point of this sojourn today into the wilderness is to talk about cutting tools. I've got a hatchet, I've got a Baco trimming saw, I've got a full tang monster, I've got a 3/4 tang Sweetness Beauty Mora, and I have a folder. That pretty much represents what most people use. This is carbon steel, this is carbon steel, this is carbon steel, this is stainless. I think this is carbon as well, this saw blade. At any rate, they all have a purpose and a function, and whichever you choose, you have to first decide your philosophy of use. A tool like this is great for splitting wood for fire. Me, I don't like to build big fires. This is about as big of a fire as I want. But if I had to really survive, I think I would want to have this with me just to get some big stuff going. And I would probably want to have a bigger saw than this. This is a Becker BK2. It is a full tang. It weighs 16 ounces. It weighs a full pound. It's extremely heavy. It's great if you, need to process or butcher a Buick. This is a Mora Companion HD heavy duty, which just means that it has a slightly thicker blade than a standard Mora. It is carbon steel, Scandi grind, love that. This thing is what they call a saber grind. It's insanely sharp. It's a good splitter, but it's not a good. It's not good for chopping because the blade is just too small. So it looks awesome, but to me it's kind of almost worthless, just because of the weight penalty that you have with this. This knife with the sheath is 135 grams. This knife is 145 grams. So it has the disadvantage of being a folder. Like you could baton with this if you wanted to, but because it's a folder, you're apt to break it. This knife, because it is a 3/4 tang, is an excellent splitter because of its added thickness. This thing is a killer splitter. This thing is just a killer. I don't know what to say about it. But when it comes down to philosophy of use, I like this Fiskars axe because it was inexpensive, it's lightweight, and it's almost indestructible. I've had this thing for years now, and it has been beaten. Some might balk at this handle, but you know what? For the price, it was a good investment. This, I think I paid $40 for this. I'm not sure. This was $20 from Mountain Equipment Co-op. I love this thing. For me, the two that I go out with always are these two. They weigh less together than this or that, and they fulfill all of my needs. And I recommend them highly. Mora Companion HD, and this is the Baco Laplander trim saw, and it obviously it folds in half, so that's quite convenient. Fits in the pants pocket, just down in the side pocket. Nice. This comes with this sheath, which I usually just hook it onto my pocket like that. You can obviously put it on your belt, whatever. But yeah, that's those are the typical options. As I say, the saw and the knife fulfill 95% of my needs. There you go. Obviously, along with your basic philosophy of use, what you want to use these knives for, you have to consider the cost factor. And I'm notoriously cheap, and that's why I really like this. You can pick these up for about $25. You can pick these up for 20 bucks. That's going to meet all your needs. This thing, I think, was about $25 as well. This was, I'm ashamed to say, like $95. And the hatchet, I believe I paid $35 or $40 for it. So, you know, take that out of the equation. Do you really need a full tang knife? In some cases, yeah, you might. I haven't been there yet. You'll notice too that I have a thing for orange, and that's because when I first got this knife, it had a black coating on it. Anyway, when I first got it, I was out for a hike a couple of days by myself, and I dropped it. And it was quite some time before I realized I had dropped it, and I had to go back and find it, and that was agonizing. These, if I drop, I'm not going to have any trouble finding them because of the orange color. I'm not trying to be stealthy, I'm just trying to be practical. So there you go, my 2 cents. It's cold. Shit. Be it ever so humble. God damn it. There's no place like home. All right, I have just arrived back home from the mountain, and I have to say that shelter saved my butt. But when I had to get out of that shelter, oh God, I froze my fingers, I froze my toes. I was getting a little nervous because I was getting really cold. And I'm home now. My toes are starting to thaw. My fingers have finally thawed. Plow Point Shelter, simple tarp. Oh man, oh man, oh man. That thing is the bomb, baby. So, that wasn't the point of this outing today. The point of this outing today was to talk about cutting tools and knives and saws and hatchets and axes and all that. Anyway, you saw what I have, and I'm really curious to see what the rest of all y'all take out to keep yourselves safe and alive in the deep, dark, piney woods. Give a shout. Show me what you got. Tell me what you think. I think it's tub time. That's what I think.